right here. Is everybody ready to have a little bit of fun
Yep.
and talk about
Ni-
the wonderful month of the military child? And Neil is going to be with us for
Yeah.
2 segments, Ken, okay?
Hey, nice to meet you, Neil.
Nice to meet you as well.
Now,
Yeah, my son worked for Cirque out in Vegas.
Oh, cool.
He did the La Rev show.
Nice. Is he still
Yeah.
there?
No, La Rev closed the show. Steve Wynn was ripping out the stage and everything.
oh my.
Ah,
He said he's ripping out a $60 million set.
oh, I'm
He's going to
sure.
wants to put something else in. I'm like, must be nice.
Must be nice.
All right, guys, here we go. You got your timer set over there?
I'm ready to
Give me a
go.
little extra this time because we ran short last week.
Okay.
All right, we got extra time.
Live from the Connections Studio Suites, it's Connections. Connections is relationship radio.
Welcome to the show. It's another fine show, I'll tell you. Connections, relationship radio with a twist. Melissa Fox, hashtag Lizzie Said What, Dr. Ken Vihek, and tonight our special guest, Broadway director, new children's book author, and more, Cirque Dreams founder, Neil Goldberg. Welcome to the show, Neil. Good to have you with us tonight.
Hey, Neil.
Having-
I was pretty shy. What happened? I hear this huge intro, you're like, hi guys.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thrilled to be here, of course.
I know it's been a long day for you because frankly, April is the month of the military child. So if you would, Neil, explain now further for folks, Pomp, Snow, and Circumstance and what this book, dream, vision idea has become and what you're going to do with it.
Right. Well, during the pandemic, when everybody was sitting at home figuring out what to do, I needed to do something creative. And so I wrote the storybook, Pomp, Snow, and Circumstance. I art directed it, got an amazing illustrator, and it was a passion project. Once it was complete, I sent it out to some industry folks that I've worked with throughout the years. And lo and behold, got a international publishing and distributing book deal with Brown Books. And the next thing I knew, I was working with some of the top children's writers and editors, just tweaking the story because it's a wonderful story. Pomp, Snow, and Circumstance is a cool name, but they're really three characters, Pomp, Snow, and Circumstance. And they study at a secret university.
There it is.
I love that.
In a faraway land. And they hone in on their crafts and skills. And Pomp is all about music. Snow is all about magic. And Circumstance is all about circus. And so with hundreds of characters like themselves, they're at this secret university. And they learn all these crafts until it gets close to Christmas. And they take these skills and they travel around the world and they decorate and they have parades and they just make sure that the world is full of happiness and hope and joy and as much music, magic, and circus as anyone can imagine. And so when they're done, they go back to their university. They have some challenges along the way, which is all in the book. Pomp's music is too loud and a lot of people leave the parade, and Circumstance's lights are too bright and he didn't ask people permission to make the lights so bright, and Snow's magic makes so much snow and slippery ice that people are falling and slipping, and so they have to go back to school, meet Santa, who tells them what their challenges were. And they go back and ultimately realize that if they use their talents for good in this season of smiles, they will learn that doing so makes life worthwhile. And so after I wrote the book, one of the things that I did was I donated several thousand copies to the military because I wanted children at military bases all around the world to be able to share in the story and something new. That in turn led the book to be picked up by the Bob Hope Legacy Program, a reading program in libraries. So Pomp, Snow, and Circumstance is now a part of that, where military members, as they're traveling around the world, can go into certain areas, mostly in airports, pick up a book and read it remotely to their family at home.
Wow.
And so I think many people in our country are unaware that the president for many years has sanctioned the month of April as a celebration for the month of the military child. And there are thousands and thousands of children that don't even realize why they're living in foreign countries on US military bases. And so after we sent the books around Christmas time, COVID started to peak again. And so the military asked us if we could do a virtual book reading. So we did the virtual book reading. And then when the month of the military child came, it was like, okay, it's safer. Will you come to some of the schools on these military bases and do an in-person presentation with the characters? So that's how we got there.
Now, that is quite the journey. For those of you that have not been along with me and Neil, you brought the book to life with these characters now that are actually breathed into real human mystique. The whole costumes, they're fun. I mean, they're just fantastic. They're phenomenal. How did you get together and pull this off from the pages into a live action video and performance?
Well, the video was a vision that I had that was sort of experimental for me, that was very successful and will one day turn into a full-fledged stage Broadway musical. And what we did is we set up a 40-foot long LED screen, and we animated each one of the pages of the storybook. But they were animated in a way that the characters in the animation would interact with the live performers standing in front of the video screen. So Snow, in turn, could look back to the castle and she could signal one of her counterparts to fly, and then you'd see the animated character flying right towards her. So the TV special was 30 minutes. It's available for anyone to see at Armed Forces Entertainment on their YouTube channel. And it really is a fascinating, youthful child, classic Christmas adventure.
I believe you're right, Neil. I do. We're talking with Neil Goldberg, not to interrupt you, but he is the author and I guess the visionary, you would say, Broadway director. You did Super Bowl stuff too, didn't you? Put on a few performances.
Yeah, there's a 30-some-odd year career, not to give my age away, but there's a 30-some-odd year career prior to all of this, even prior to Cirque Dreams, with some really major productions. Last time I told you about it, you told me you said to me I was showing off. So
no, you can brag now. I've got people here that love it when we drop names and talk about that. I mean, yeah, I billed you as what? Didn't I bill you top tier guest tonight?
Yes.
So go ahead and toss a few names out here before we have to take a break.
Yeah, I've worked with a lot of celebrities, and I've done Miss Universe pageant and Super Bowls and cruise ships.
You should never be a name dropper. That.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah, and all the major television networks and Disney and Busch Gardens, and I've had my creative touch in a lot of different mediums and platforms throughout my career. And believe it or not, Melissa and gang, this is supposed to be retirement for me.
Oh wow!
Because before the pandemic, I sold Cirque Dreams to Cirque du Soleil, and they took that on, and I went home and, like everyone else, was looking for something to do. So it's been a fun journey, and retirement turned into semi-retirement. And I don't know, when we talk a little bit more about what's on the horizon the next couple of years, I don't think there'll be any more retirements.
Well, whenever we get back from the break, I have a question about how did you create these characters? Tripping on acid?
Oh, stop.
No.
I have been asked that question a lot, with...
All right, hold that thought. No, that's called a teaser. Act 2 coming up. I don't know if it's a Broadway producer. Act 2 is coming up. Go get some popcorn. You're listening to Connections. We'll be right back. It's Relationship Radio with a twist, just like she's going to tell you. Yeah.
Connections is relationship radio.
There we go.
Relax. I'm going to move the energy
change
from your thoughts.
the backdrop before we do the next section?
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
The next section, you can ask me the questions you want, but you and your viewers are going to be the first ones to see the costumes I've been building for the Broadway show.
Oh.
Yeah. So just a quick little.
Yeah, no, please. I know, right? Look at this. This is what? The big reveal.
Up.
For those of you watching on the social media platforms, this is the first. You will
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you-
Up.
I'm like overwhelmed right now. I'm like searching.
So you can see. Yes. How's that?
Oh my
good?
I
God.
love that.
What do you think, Ken? What do you think? You want to wear the blue wig?
like it.
Oh, he went away. There he is. Ken,
So
come back.
Melissa, all you've really seen so far was Pomp, Snow, and Circumstance.
Yes,
We
yes.
already have. This is about 15 costumes that we have built for the Broadway production. The show is actually going to open November 24th, 2023 in Providence, Rhode Island. And it's going to workshop and tour before we make our way to New York.
Cool.
All right. Well, we're fixing to come back
All right.
from break.
Let me set the segment up now. Here we go. All right. That is not what I'm going to use. And here we go.
Yeah. Is it all cast already, Neil?
Hold on.
Relax.
The cart's way before the horse. I'm making costumes. I don't.
Now, which one of you doubts my powers?
You, Lieutenant Weinberg.
Are you finished? Are you finished?
No, I'm just getting warmed up.
Are you finished?
Welcome back to
Are you
Connections. Wow. It's crazy. We just got a peek here at Connections inside of, wow, I don't even know what to call that. Is it the dressing, the creative room? We're talking with Neil Goldberg. He's amazing. He's a Broadway director, Cirque Dreams founder, and now he's going to be embarking on a world tour coming up this weekend, visiting military families and children stationed in England and Italy. And before the break, Lizzie had something really important she just had to ask you. So,
Neil, how did you come up with these characters?
You know, I've just always been blessed with a really gifted, vivid imagination.
Mm-hmm.
When I was younger, it didn't necessarily work to my advantage. My parents had many challenges trying to keep me focused on the things that they wanted to keep me focused on, because I was just always a daydreamer. And children and kids have always been the inspiration and the drive to probably 95% of everything that I've created. So, you know, I wanted to be diverse. I wanted to be,
Right.
Ethnic. I wanted to touch on some of the things that kids are experiencing in everyday life today. And so, you know, Snow is this beautiful, angelic Black woman, and Circumstance has a sort of a European, old, early 1900 kind of circus feel to himself. And Pomp is just the all-American, happy-go-lucky, just loves life. and then all the other characters are just, you know, offshoots of what Santa's elves would look like, what characters in a workshop, a secret university. And, you know, I'm just blessed that I get to use my imagination.
I love this.
This wardrobe, if you guys are not checking it out
Wow.
right now, social media, of course, it'll be up forever. But just check out Connection Show. The room that we are looking at has, I want to say 1, 2, 3, 4, about 15 costumes at the moment, plus different headgear and wigs and just all these
different
beautiful colors and schemes and, you know, check prints and diamond prints. It's absolutely stunning. I can only imagine what the show is going to look like. And you said the going to put it on in November. Is that correct, Neil?
Yeah, well, this is actually my studio. This is where I spend all of my days, Melissa, in this space here. I have all the objects and fabrics and notions and zippers and buttons and anything that you can imagine.
I'm jealous.
I've got some great designers that are busy sewing away all day long. And Pomp, Snow, and Circumstance will turn into a Broadway stage musical. It's scheduled right now to workshop and open in Providence, Rhode Island on Friday, November 24th of 2023.
Okay.
So that's 18, 19 months from now. It will tour. It will follow the typical Broadway theatrical routine where we put it into different cities and tweak it and see what works and what doesn't. And then ultimately, for one holiday season, it will play on Broadway in New York City. And we've just been experimenting with different characters and different costumes. And that's what you see behind me. And like this black and white character, if you get to look really close, his headpiece and the hat is all made out of the pages of the storybook.
Oh.
And his character is called Paige.
Oh, I love that.
This yellow circus costume right over here.
Love that
If
one.
you see the jacket is all juggling balls that are wired together. It took 2 months to make, each one wired one by one, and it just fits right on.
Wow. These are
And
awesome.
so really we're just a team of people that are we have no rules. We're just using our imagination and creating fun costumes that tell a story of a character. And when we put that together with the music, magic, and circus and the story on stage, it will be a spectacle.
Oh yes, folks. If you don't know, you will know. This is why I'm saying that. If you don't know now, this is going to be the new Christmas deal. Okay, we're getting ready to Father Christmas and all this other stuff. This is it. No, Dr. Ken, this is it. I don't know if you know, but this is the new Christmas. You see, COVID came. And Neil was sitting there in his little retirement village. No, I'm just kidding. I know you weren't. You were in Pompano Beach at the Dream Studios. And you're like, wow,
I'm in my studio.
what can I do? And now, look, not only, 2 years later, you are in a costume room that is, Lizzie, she just sent me a little note. She's like, could I move in there?
Yes. Can I move in there, please?
See? Yeah, I need it. But I want to know the second book, Neil. I understand. I know this has got to go further. Obviously, we have an open end on the first Pomp, Snow, and Circumstance. What's next? Second book?
Yes, actually, yes.
Ooh.
It's Pomp, Snow, and Circumstance, Holidays Everlasting. And yes, and it's halfway written. I'm planning to spend the month of May finishing it. It's already being illustrated. And Holidays Everlasting is the subtitle of the second book. So when Pomp, Snow, and Circumstance finish the spectacle of Christmas, they go back to their university and they tear off the page of the calendar December, and they see January, and then they realize every month of the year has another holiday. So there's New Year's, there's Valentine's, there's St. Patrick's Day, there's Easter, there's Mother's Day, there's Father's Day, there's Independence Day, there's Memorial Day. And so the second book covers all of the holidays from January through November, including Halloween, and in preparation for Christmas. And we have found a way for Pomp, Snow, and Circumstance to teach a lesson and deliver their story of humility and doing good for others at every one of these holidays and months. So that's the second book.
I loved the interactiveness in the first book and the presentation there. The second book can only just deepen the love that Lizzie has for Christmas and all holidays. But Christmas, she wishes it was Christmas every day.
262 more days till Christmas.
Oh, Lizzie, she's counting.
That's great.
Yeah, no, she knows. It's crazy. We've talked about it in previous shows, but I guess, and Dr. Ken has said it's okay to like Christmas that much. But see, Pomp, Snow, and Circumstance are going to move further into the world to embrace more than just Christmas and that holiday. This is a new children's book. It's been out for about a year now, and this tour that Neil is getting ready to embark on is going to be very cool. It starts next week. You're going to be going to military families and children that are stationed in England and Italy. Can you tell us just a little bit about how you got involved with Armed Forces Entertainment?
I've been working with Armed Forces throughout my entire career. I was very fortunate to first interact with some USO people when I was doing work as a late teenager with Bob Hope.
Ooh.
And that introduced me to USO, and USO introduced me to Armed Forces. And, you know, giving back is really important. It has been to me my entire career. It's never really been about money. It's really been about the art and the passion and bringing smiles to people's faces. And again, the kids. I was a child that had to navigate through an obstacle course to connect the dots to be able to hone my craft and show what it is that I'm so passionate about. And anytime I have an opportunity to share that or teach that or assist another young person in finding that route, I'm all in.
Awesome. Love that. Thank you so much for taking the time. And where can they find your book at?
Well, right now you can get it at pompsnowandscircumstance.com.
And it's Cirque, CIRQUE, stance. Okay, I'm sure.
I'm happy to say that on Amazon and Walmart and Barnes and Nobles and all those other places, it's sold out.
What?
So pompsnowandscircumstance.com is where you can get the book now.
Oh, hey, will you check back with us after the month of the military child, won't you? And you guys, check out Neil's book because it's going to be the new Christmas sensation. Lizzie's going to make sure of it. Thank you, Neil Goldberg. We'll be back. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you.
Thank you, guys. Always great to see you and chat with you.
Oh, we love you. All right, man. We'll be right back. It's Connections.
Connections is Relationship Radio.
Neil, that was awesome.
Thank you,
Did
Neil.
you get everything in there?
Nicely done, Neil. Very nicely done.
Did we get everything in there?
I think we got all the points.
Okay, I want to make sure. I hope you were comfortable, and look, the backdrop is awesome.
Oh, blew us away.
That looks great.
Yeah,
Blew
really.
us away.
I mean, there's more creativity in that one room than I think I've seen in this entire building. You're right, and there's a lot.
There's so much more. We're sitting in one.
Just little section.
Just one section.
Can you turn the camera? I don't want your people getting. Hey.
Here.
Okay.
Oh, you have time? I'll pan around.
Yeah, we
give
have
me a
time.
quick pan, sure. Pay attention on the TV there.
Oh, I love that.
So
Look at
here's
that.
my wall of fabrics.
Mm-mm.
Which is hundreds and hundreds of thousands of yards.
Oh wow.
Jeez.
These are Pomp's two girlfriends. Look at those musical costumes.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Give Joanne Fabrics a run for their money.
It looks like, is
yeah.
that a
Look at the
keyboard?
keys on that. The dress pleats are keyboards.
It goes
yeah.
all the
Look at
way
those
up,
hats.
30-foot high ceiling.
What? Oh, I want that outfit right there with
And
the.
Where's
my
this
wall
at, Neil?
of there's my wall of trims.
Look at that. Oh, the nutcrackers. I love nutcrackers.
Oh, wow.
Where's this at, Neil? Where were you located with that?
Pompano Beach, Florida.
Yeah, this is the Dream
Pompano. Oh, my
Studios.
cousins live in Pompano.
Pompano
Right on
Beach.
Southeast First Court.
Pompano
Right
Beach.
behind Big Daddy's.
Oh, Neil, thank you so
Atlantic.
much for sharing that with
That's
us. You just
awesome.
literally made me so happy. You don't even
Oh, and
know.
you know what? When I was thinking about, well, listen, I love Melissa and the fact she's given me so much opportunity and been so supportive. And I was thinking, how could I make this really, really creative?
Well, you did.
So I thought revealing some of the, listen, you guys are the first ones in the world to see these costumes.
That
I'm
ma-
not even publicizing this stuff because I don't really want people. I mean, I'm not promoting
Fantastic.
the costumes on the Broadway show yet, but the detail work. Can we get this in? If I can reach over here.
Is that like a gingerbread outfit?
I'm looking at all the neck pieces.
One of the things here, look at the detail work on this costume.
Oh my gosh.
That is so gorgeous.
That's hours and hours of sequins.
Love that.
Wow.
Oh, each
Somebody got the dazzler
each
clip.
costume takes at least 6 weeks.
Oh, I can only imagine.
At least 6 weeks. And when I was telling you about the Page character and how his hat was made out of, look at this, the hat is made out of the pages of the book.
Oh, I love that.
Uh-huh.
That is really cool.
Look at that. Jesus. Oh.
Yeah, it's a lot of detail that you just can't see when it's a big clump. But
Well, I can't wait to bring my grand brats to see it whenever you guys have the show going.
The
So
Grand Brats will appreciate
I will have my
it.
grand brats there.
So Neil, can I get a shameless plug in here? Can I get a shameless plug in here?
Get
it's
her
a
good?
shameless plug.
Aha! Go on.
My son AJ went to UNLV for stage and screen acting. He's one of the 12 that they accepted for the year. They call him a triple threat because he can sing, he can dance.
Right. How old is he?
Oh, we're losing him. Look at that. Shameless plug.
So if I consider him for an audition, that'd be all right.
Oh, I see what you say. Okay, so you just in the middle of your shameless plug, Ken, your phone crapped out.
Of course. Of course it did.
So you were talking about your triple threat son.
Yeah, AJ, who can sing, he can dance, he can act. He went to UNLV for stage and screen acting. one of 12 people to be accepted into the program.
Wow. How old is he now?
He's now 25.
Oh, so he's young. He's just starting.
Yep, just starting out.
And where's he based out of now?
Well, he just moved to California, right in the middle of all the high gas prices. He was here in Orlando.
So is he looking to get into television and film, or is he wanting to do live theater?
He wants to do live theater.
He
was working for Cirque before.
Have him send me his resume.
Yep,
that I will.
There you go.
Melissa has my email address. Have him send me the resume.
That's really sweet.
Okay, fantastic.
That's nice, Neil.
That'd be great.
Listen, I just cast the military tour with the actors that are going. It's all cast out of New York. I didn't go to New York. I did it all virtually this time.
Sure.
But all people just like him, 23, 27 years old, sing, dance, act, went to school, theater degrees. Have him send me his resume.
Okay, that I will. Hey, have you run into Chris Gabenstein yet? Now that you're writing children's books,
No,
you know who he is?
No,
Okay.
I don't.
Yeah, he's a friend of mine, and I tell you what, the books he's written, I think he's got like 30 of them. But writing in that genre, you have to have a special mindset to be able to capture the minds of kids, and that's a gift.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
good
is.
job,
is.
Neil.
Neil, thank you again, hon. Appreciate you. We'll talk
My
soon.
pleasure.
You.
Be safe, okay?
Appreciate you too. Bye, guys.
Bye.
All right, we'll see
Later.
you.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
That was awesome.
I love that. That was the best.
Wasn't it? That's really
That was the
cool.
best. We got a sneak peek. We got a sneak peek.
I know, right? Okay, Ken is here. We go. Let's fix this view. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
We're still here. Thanks. Are you? All right, stand by. Let's go ahead and start this third segment where we talk about how cool that really was. Okay, what do we...
Thanks for inviting me. That was nice. Yeah.
This is Connections.
What? That was awesome up to a point, and then it stopped becoming awesome.
Then
Then
it
it
was
was
just-
horrible, and then it was back to awesome.
If we get splattered with blood, that's an honor.
Oh, stop.
All right, it's pretty obvious that I'm not good at this, but just for the record, it's because I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Fair enough. Welcome back to Connections. It's Relationship Radio with a twist. Tonight, the twist was it's the month of the military child, and with that in mind, Pomp, Snow, and Circumstance, the storybook experience celebrating children at the U.S. military bases. Thanks to Neil Goldberg for stopping in and for sharing a world premiere of one of his costume rooms with us.
Oh my gosh. I was almost in tears. I was so happy. Like that
told
made
you.
me the happiest.
I knew she'd love it.
That's it. Christmas. That's you know what? Nobody has to buy anything for me for Christmas because seeing Neil's
Yeah,
little
the costume
area.
room there at the Dream Studios. And Dr.
Oh,
Ken,
my.
even you, at first I was like, I don't know how this is going to go with Ken. But he's here, so let's see how he does. And I think Neil won you over there. I think he did.
Oh, there's nothing to win over. I'm a theater geek.
Yeah. I know.
I'm sorry.
This guy is
I think everybody
amazing.
knows that about me.
Yeah, I
You know?
mean, I thought you would enjoy the interview for sure because, the guy's popular, he's a producer, and he's just absolutely, like I said, he's a visionary. It's not even creative. It's so far past
No.
creative.
That's talent that you just can't you can't learn what he did there. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
To put it together, and that hat was it blew me away.
The one with, the hat that's made of the pages of the book. Now, I have the book. Of course, I've got a personal signed copy. Me and Neil were tight. But, oh, no,
how
I'm
you
pretty
just wrote
sure he
that in.
said that, no?
I'm not looking for free tickets, but I'm just looking for the information so I can get my tickets ahead of time before they sell out.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, the stage thing isn't for like another year or so in November
Still
of 23. But yeah, it'll still happen. Plus, by then, he'll have another book out, which will embrace more than just the...
I was going to ask him if he was going to include Flag Day or if he was going to include...
what days were you just
Ground-
going to choose?
Yeah,
You better,
Groundhog's
it's my
Day.
birthday.
Yeah, that is. But no, I don't know. I was wondering because he went through, and he said Mother's Day and Father's Day. So,
It would be better if he could actually split up the holidays.
Big.
yeah. Go
Yeah.
big or go home, really. I mean, get the big holidays.
Because that's going to be a really big book. Because if you're going to cover the holidays and being humble and the importance of it, you really need to split it up. Just take it from me, who works in a library as
Right.
a children's person, that it would be a lot better to do just the holidays individually.
Yeah, he could do like a whole series with just,
Yes.
one learning. You never know. With Neil, the thing is he might stumble upon that already. He'll scratch a couple things on paper and he'll be like, This is gonna have to be more.
I could give him a whole book on Flag Day because that's my birthday.
Flag Day. Yeah, got that. Birthday. Got it. Flag Day.
Got
When's
it.
your birthday?
Just hey, birthday
Doctor-
coming up in June.
Gotcha.
Is it June
just saying.
16th or something like
Like
that?
Flag Day and stuff.
Is it June 16th?
Flag Day, yeah.
I heard
Might
your
have
birthday.
heard of it.
Yeah.
Never heard of it. I know there's 262 days till Christmas, though.
So I think it's really cool that Armed Forces Entertainment picked this up too. I know they do a lot for the military. AFE is really cool, but it has to do with the Department of Defense. You know how we get sometimes about those people. But they actually provide quality entertainment out there to us, to our U.S. military people. So I'm not going to shake a leg at that at all. I think this is good stuff, really.
No. Yeah.
So,
And to be invited to be able to do that is just, for the kids especially, because like you said, these kids have no idea why they're there. They know dad does something or mom does something, and that's why they're there. But they don't, know what it's like. And, they grow up in a foreign country and they move every 2 to 3 years.
exactly. That's the thing about the military.
They may not come back to the United States for a dozen years.
Yeah, and then off
So
to this other.
this little
foreign.
touch of home is fantastic.
Yeah, it
Great
is.
to keep them grounded to the United States.
Yeah, I love the idea that not only are these really creative characters, Pomp, Snow, and Circumstance, but it's just the guy took a break. He said, "I'm done. I've been producing stuff for decades." Like he hinted a little bit. He wouldn't admit about how he was involved in several Super Bowl halftime shows. Yeah. Because he was like, "I don't want to drop too many names," and of course, you shamed him a little bit about that. But I was just trying to get him out. But he's got this. He got this idea. He was like, I'm done. And then COVID came, and he was so bored. And when you're creative, when you're visionary, and you get bored,
Oh, that could go one way or the
That's
other.
it. You get sequestered like that, and the mind's going to continue to work. It's going to channel it, and fortunately, he channeled it into positive energy and did this. Think of the people that went through COVID and didn't do it that way. They went the opposite way.
Indeed. And there are
that's
so
where we
many.
had so many other difficulties. But something like this is inspiring. And this can, like you said, this could be the new Christmas story to come out.
Yeah, it's been a minute since we've
this could
had
be
anything
this
decent.
generation are going to be going, wow, that was great. That was their, peanuts.
Right.
This could be their
Aw.
peanuts.
Yeah, or the
Oh,
stop.
it could be.
Remember the stop action, of course, in the 60s and
gosh.
stuff. Oh, good.
Yeah, Rudolph.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, April is military.
Bubbles, bounce.
April is military, the month of the military child, and you should wear purple.
Yeah.
Especially on April 14th. And the reason why they picked purple is because the purple referenced the joint environment of all the militaries to basically include all the services.
Everybody come together. We're all wear purple.
Active, yes, reserve, National Guard, veterans.
That's cool.
So
Yes. Did you, I was talking about the Armed Forces Entertainment, and for a while I thought about going across the river and over the pond and to Grandma's. No, wait, that's something different. But I thought about getting involved with the Armed Forces Entertainment deal, whether as a jock or whatever, to throw music or fun or frivolity out.
awesome.
You know what I mean. 71 years they've been doing this. Not just music either, but sports, comedy, entertainment, all that stuff. So I would have loved to have done, not Good Morning Vietnam or any of that, but the equivalent of Bob Hope shows and those. Those always seem so much fun.
Shows.
Those were fun, right? We got to see Charo or whoever, and they come out and they entertain for the troops.
Anne Margaret was one of his ladies that would always go over with him. I mean, imagine the guys out in the in jungles or wherever they were, and they get to come out for a respite and see Bob Hope, Anne Margaret, and all the other stars he'd bring with him.
Yeah, and she wasn't that old either. She was in her early 20s when she was popping around with Bob Hope. Yeah. So again, we're just talking about Pomp, Snow, and Circumstance, and the man behind the book that we just had on the show, which is Neil Goldberg. And we were also talking about the fact that April is designated the month of the military child. Kids are out there, and they play a lot. They play a big role in the armed forces community. We don't even really think about it a lot, but when mom and dad are stationed abroad, where do you think the kids are? Hello, they go with them. It's
right.
And you've heard of the military brats, they call themselves. because they land for a couple of years and then they pick it up and they move it and they land for another couple of years, and it's just they could be anywhere depending on the parents and what their mode of what they do for the military. So
and think about how difficult that is, because they may take a year or so to make some really good friends, and then next thing you know, they're being separated again.
That's true.
Moved on to the next duty station.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine
but they have formed some lifelong partnerships. I mean, I've talked to a bunch of kids that were military children, and they said some of the best friends they had were friends they knew for 2 years, and they still talk to them.
Yeah. You never know how that's going to work out. But I was kind of worried when you said, I'm going across the ocean, going to go. But it's our troops that are in England and Italy. So I think we're okay because we're not far over into the Middle East or anything. But the storyteller, author, Broadway
don't know
director.
if they're wearing masks over there still.
Maybe you never know. But Neil Goldberg was with us, and the immersive experience that melds a fantastical tale with live action and audience participation. Go ahead and check it out. Pomp, Snow, and Cirqueumstance.com. Here, let's play some music and take a quick break. You're listening to Connections. Dr. Ken Vehek, hashtag Lizzie said what? I am Melissa Fox. We'll be right back.
Connections is Relationship Radio. It's Connections.
Is this a rehearsal or is this a taping?
Shh. I think I played that.
The people who run this place are absolute idiots.
I really like not knowing what's going to happen next.
Welcome back. One more segment here to hang out with you on Connection Show. We do this for you live on the internet Tuesday nights. I know, I'm watching them too. Tuesday nights at 7, then we play back on the radio 9 o'clock on Thursday nights. Melissa Fox, 2 X's, hashtag Lizzie said what, give her all the vowels.
That's it.
And Dr. Ken Vehek, Flag Day, birthday, don't forget. Yeah, there it is.
I was sitting here laughing because if you're watching us on Facebook Connection Show, I'm trying to. Dr. Ken, are you writing in your diary or are you writing a grocery list? What are you writing?
You're scribbling down.
I'm writing down Pomp, Snow, and Circumstance.com. I'm writing down Cirque Dreams founder. I do my
taking
research
some
when I'm
notes
on the show.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, so seriously, I really enjoyed having Neil Goldberg here. Let's talk a little bit, though, about what could have been a disaster during COVID. And that is what happened to a lot of people. Instead of being inspired and, not venturing out of the house and getting this overdrive of creativity, a lot of people took the opposite road. Alcoholism, drinking, battery, assault, all those numbers went through the roof.
Yeah, the suicide rate went through the roof.
Still going. And more importantly, and this I'm glad you brought that up, is the PTSD and the suicide rate of our veterans. They are really suffering. Mm-hmm. So with that in mind,
20 to 25 a day.
Yeah, that's unacceptable, folks. I don't know if there's an answer, an immediate answer. I know that a lot of our retired military are so tough that they refuse to reach out. Instead, they try to deal with their problems that are overwhelming them by themselves, and sometimes they don't know any way out. But there are solutions. There is help. And you, Dr. Ken, actually are one of those solutions. You want to explain?
Yeah, sure. I was at the VA for 15 years as a doc, working with PTSD and trauma from guys that had boots on the ground. Now I'm serving still as the service officer at the VFW here on Goldenrod in Orlando. Still continuing to help. I'm still continuing to do referrals and help guys file claims and get what it is that their contract says they deserve. It's something that meaningful, that they realize that they can actually accept without demeaning them. And that's, one of the biggest things we run into. Oh no, take my buddy, he's hurt worse than I am,
right?
Type thing.
You see a lot of that,
and you realize everybody has their own individual contract when we raise our right hand.
Indeed.
So,
yeah, it's not
continue to do that today.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, you were doing it just before the show, as I recall. So, and we thank you for helping out and trying to save our fellow brothers and sisters who fought for our freedom, so that we can sit here and talk to a guy named Neil Goldberg about fantastical adventures instead of worrying about grabbing a rifle and protecting what's mine at this moment. So I thank you for that. But why is it, and I mean, I kind of know the answer to this question, Lizzie, you might as well, but why is it that we raise our men to be so tough, especially in our military, that they can't accept any sort of a chip, any sort of, little bit of a flaw?
Is it a sign of weakness?
What is that?
Do they feel it's a sign of weakness?
Well, not so much that it's a sign of weakness. I mean, that's part of it. But what the main driving factor is that, we're to do a job that most people won't do. I mean, let's face facts.
True.
Only 1.5% of our population go into the military.
True.
And what are we trained to do? In boot camp, they break you down to mold you into whatever it is you're going to be able to do. The Marines, they break you down. You're the head of the spear. Our special forces, what do they do? The military people, we go ahead and supply everything that we possibly can, with everybody. We're devoid, not devoid, but we get to reduce our emotions. Okay. And as a result of that, we don't get to display them, and it's hard to pull them back out after we've had them, suppressed for a year or two. And that's the whole problem with it. We get to push them down and down and down and down. It's like I went to sea for 16 and a half weeks underway, no contact with the loved ones other than a little family grant that was 40 words long. I got 5 of those on a patrol. How do you do that? You shut everything off.
Yeah.
I mean, I was out underway for Christmas. I was under there for my anniversaries. There's all kind of things that I was underwater for that I didn't get to celebrate. But you know what? I had a job to do.
Yeah,
and that was to keep America safe.
Yeah. And then when your job is over, then what happens?
Yeah. Well, then at the end, it's like, well, they've been repressed for so long. It's interesting, to say the least, to try to get them to come back out. And if they do come back out, then there's a flood of emotions that come with them that you didn't want to come back out.
Right. Or that you don't expect, too. That's the other thing. You think breakthrough people, you're like, oh, you're going to have a breakthrough. It's going to be great. No, not necessarily. Yeah, it really isn't. But, folks, I know we've been popping around a little bit tonight with regards to Pomp, Snow, and Circumstance. We're now talking a little bit about veterans and PTSD and the suicide rate. But it all kind of tied together because there were choices that were made, both with Neil during, this time frame when we were all shut in and couldn't get out, and he couldn't even spend time with his grandkids. Yeah, I mean, he had this whole thing planned out, Lizzie. He was like retirement, I'm done.
I know, he was just like, that's it, I'm done. And
that's it. Gonna spend time with my kids, my grandkids. I've got this Neil Goldberg Dream Foundation all yanked together. It's gonna be great. And then it was like, you can't go outside. You're quarantined. And he was in New York too. That was at the time. So it was like,
no
sorry.
wonder he's down South Florida now.
Yeah, so as but instead of going all crazy and getting that suicidal thoughts or depressed, he was able to actually write and crank out this wonderful child book with joyful characters and uplifting messages. And
if I had a chance to ask him, I would say, looking at that room and all those costumes,
I want to play.
Could you imagine if we didn't have COVID and he would have never wrote that book, and that would have never been there?
See, there are positive things that have come out of these pandemics. I'm just going to put it right out there.
It was like, it's such eye candy looking at that room. Like,
check.
He lives in South Florida, right?
Yeah, Pompano Beach.
I'm going to have to go stalk him.
Dream Studio. Yeah, that costume room was crazy. So, folks, if you get a chance, you want to check it out, you should do so. It's on our social media, either Connection Show or Melissa Fox. And if you want more information about, if you're a veteran out there, and you are having any sort of issues, or you just want to talk to somebody, what's the best thing to do there, Dr. Ken?
There are all kinds of areas. Each base has different ways that you can go talk to people. You can always go talk to the chaplain. You can always go talk to the mental health people. If you're here in the local areas, there's the suicide number that you call if you're that bad off, and you realize you need help. They're always there. It's 24/7. You can call them. You can call the VA, and they will direct you to where you need to go. They'll bring you in. You can always go to any ER anywhere, anytime.
I also see the number.
If it gets to that point.
I also see the number is 800-273-8255. And I'm assuming for veterans, press 1, or you can text at 838-255.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's, do they provide in the military for these kids overseas? Do they provide any sort of counseling for them? I should look into that.
Yeah.
Oh, good. That's what I wanted to hear.
Yes, they do.
Thanks, Dr. Ken, for joining us.
In the last 15 years or so, it's become more and more prevalent because of what the whole family goes through. They realize now it's not just the service member that experiences the trauma, even though they're the ones out in the field. Right. But think about the people that have to wait at home, hoping that the two people don't come to the door and knock.
Hey, guys, we're going to wrap it up for tonight. Thanks to our special guests, Neil Goldberg and Lizzie and Dr. Ken. I'm Melissa Fox. Thanks for listening. Love you guys. We mean it. Say bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Laughing time is over.
There you have it, boys. Case closed.
You've been listening to Connections. Find tonight's show and replays of our past shows on ConnectionsShow.com.
You look like you've been put away wet. Oh, got my hair done. Boop. Should be gone. There you go. All right. You did good. Thank you, Mama. Crap. Well, this will be fun to chop up later on. FRT. T.S. Neil Goldberg. Bye, Lizzie. Deuces. We'll see you Thursday. Yeah, Thursday.